I know, it's been a very long time since we put any videos on this channel. Pretty much everything has come from my Tesla channel. We've been there for years. But we're coming back here because we just bought an RV, as you might have just seen in the graphic. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and we're gonna winterize it because it is end of November and it is about that time. Man, that's bright. So here's the thing, I have no expertise in this. I've actually only driven the RV a couple times. So we're gonna go and try to figure this out. I think I know what I'm doing. We're gonna take the air compressor, and the goal today is that we're gonna go and blow out the air lines so that we don't have to use any like antifreeze or something like that. So I've got it, you know, filled up here. I'm gonna, you know, keep it at less than 35 PSI. That's what my CoachNet tech told me to keep it under. I've got the quick connect set up right here, and the rest of the stuff is already in the RV that I need. So Devon and I are gonna go out there. We're gonna give this a shot. Now, we're not one of those channels where you have, you know, people living out of a motorhome. We don't know what this is gonna actually be to us yet. What we do know is that it's COVID time right now, and we are all stuck inside. All three of our children are in school, so we're home a lot. So we need an excuse to get out, and it wasn't easy finding one. Someday we'll get into all that, but for now, we're gonna go on this first adventure of figuring out how to get this thing ready for the winter. Now, we are in Seattle area, so we don't get really cold here. I mean, we do get down in the 20s a couple times in the winter, but better safe than sorry. So first, we gotta make a stop and drop off my dad's mountain bike, which we borrowed, and then we'll make our way over to where the motorhome is, where it is actually in storage. Now, last time I was in here, there was all kinds of people moving into these things, so I had to like zigzag all over this place to get to our motorhome. Glad that's not happening today. People must be still, you know, in that turkey coma from all the Thanksgiving food that happened yesterday. You know, it's interesting to me how many people don't cover their motorhomes around here. This makes me think that maybe it's not that big a deal. So for me, we aren't gonna cover ours because I'm waiting currently for a spot on a covered parking area down the road from me. I'm number like, I think 20,000 to get in, but I'll get it. Let's get to the motorhome. Now, I promise someday we will go through the motorhome, give you guys the walkthrough tour, all that stuff. But what we actually have is a Winnebago Sightseer 30-footer. Okay, so that's what we're dealing with today. So it seems like every time we come back to the motorhome, we're always bringing new stuff that we're adding to the bins here. Today we got a little headlamp, I've got a voltmeter, and then Devon's got some caulking as well as some 3-in-1 lock oil. So I want to make sure we keep this baby purring. So one thing that I got going on in here is I got all my tools in this back section here, but one thing I've not really done right that I need to do differently is I need to put all the oil stuff in something that has an actual like bottom on it. You know, so if the oil is leaking, it doesn't get on the carpet. I do have cardboard, but that's not sufficient. We do have a nice thing here for our tools that was sent to me by one of my channel sponsors from CF Tesla, my Tesla channel, which is kind of cool. That's been working out great. So, all right, we're gonna get the bin opened up on the other side where we need to hook up the air compressor, and then we will get that process started. I actually need to get out the little piece that I'm gonna connect to the motorhome with, and these things are actually really nice. You can actually pick them up off Amazon for like $8. So this piece here screws right into where you put your fresh water, and then this piece right here has a nice little valve on it that's going to connect to the air compressor. And then you can just control how much air you're letting in, so you don't just hit the air lines all at once with your generator or your compressor. And yeah, so piece of cake just off Amazon. So let's go do it. All right, so now what I don't know, and by the way, if you have a Winnebago, I'm very fortunate because they have just an awesome setup here to be able to just access everything. I've only ever used any of this one time. And again, this is not really a how-to video. This is more just us doing it because I am in no way qualified to teach someone how to use a motorhome. But we're gonna switch this over to fill tank. I'm gonna basically just do all the same steps that I would if I was filling it up with water, and just, I guess, try that. So I'm gonna unscrew this cap right here. All right, you can see, I'm gonna screw this in just like that, nice and easy. Then I'm gonna take this off, put this on. Okay, we are getting close. What I need to do, so I'm gonna set, so I have 150 pounds of air inside the tank currently, PSI. I'm gonna adjust it up to 35, right here. So there's 25, 30. You know, we're gonna keep it right there, just play it safe. All right, now Devin, I think the first thing we should do is just go inside and just double check the sinks, just make sure there's nothing weird going on there before we actually power it on here. Then the steps look like this. We're gonna turn the air on through this. We're gonna turn on first the kitchen sink, okay, with all the other ones turned off, and whatever's in those lines should come into the sink. Then we're gonna turn on the bathroom sink, and then, you know, we'll flush the toilet a few times. Make sure that all the water is out of those lines completely, and then we'll drain the back freshwater tank when it's all said and done. So let's go into the trailer. Now I apologize, I know the lighting's not great in here. My studio back home has all the lighting. I didn't bring any of that with me, so you're gonna have to just deal with it there. But first, you know, we turn it on, nothing. So I'm just gonna keep that off. Let's go. That looks fine. Let's go check the bathroom. Okay, so everything's ready to go. So we got that. We're gonna do all the stuff. We're gonna do the shower, we're gonna do the bathroom, we're gonna do it all. But we're gonna start from basically that side of the RV and come this way. Just slowly turn it all the way on. Yeah, don't crank it, just do it kind of slowly. So say, huh? Yeah, just it's not gonna be wrong, buddy. So whatever you do is fine. And actually I had turned all my power off, so I'm gonna turn that back on so I can turn my light on here. Get a little better lighting. All right, there we go. That's good. See, that gets that all out of there. It is interesting though. I kind of thought I would feel air. All right, let's go back here to the shower. Turn on cold water first. Nothing. Hot water. I don't know. I'm assuming maybe they're all connected together. I'm gonna let that kind of go down like that just while we're sitting here. Hey, Devin, you can come back in. Now I'm gonna come in here. Turn on the light. So you can hear. Did you turn it all the way? Did you just put it straight, or did you turn it all the way over?
All the way over.
No, it's just got to come straight because you turned it back off again. Okay, that was the problem. Yeah, you just got to turn it halfway. Sorry. See, we're all learning here. That's why I'm like, man, it feels like I should feel some air coming out of here, but none was. All right. Okay, so let's see how this. There we go. Now I can hear it again. Okay, so here we go. Okay, and I can hear right now the shower, which I put down here. Okay, see, that's what I wanted to hear right there. Hear that? Oh yeah, you could feel the air. Let that blow all that water out. So I'm gonna shut these so I can focus the pressure on other areas like the shower. Okay, see if we can't. Okay, so there's no pressure coming out of that. Okay, so I guess that's not an area that the air is pushing to. All right, well, let's try this. Did you turn it off again?
It's all the way on.
It's all the way on? So Devin's saying that we kind of shot all the air out of the compressor. So we're gonna go double check, take a look at it and just see. Okay, yeah, so that's what's going on is the compressor is just completely empty. So what we're gonna need to do is we're gonna have to actually turn on my generator, plug the compressor into the generator, and let the air pump that way. Now Devin, let's go inside and let's turn on the generator. So one thing we've got in here is we've got our moisture collecting stuff. They call this damperade. And so hopefully that keeps things dry in here over the winter time. So gonna fire up the generator here. Fire it up nicely, I always love that. Let's go back out and plug it in. All right, Devin doesn't like loud noises, so we're gonna do this here, just us. Plug that in. Yeah, that puts a ton of air really quickly through the line. So I'm actually gonna lower what I'm putting through there down to like 20 PSI. See if I can make it last a little longer. All right, so now I'm gonna turn it back on, and then I'm gonna turn this on, and now let's go try it. Nothing more coming out of that. That's the thing, I still hear it kind of gurgling. I think I need to actually increase the PSI a little bit. For some reason, the allowable PSI, the pressure was only at 0. I don't know what that was about. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Yes. So what we want to see here is bubbles to start spurting out of this. See that? That's a good sign right there. That means we're actually making some progress. So lesson learned, I can't just fill up my small 2-pound tank and just expect that to be enough at home. It's got to actually plug in here. Or I should have just done this at home, but I didn't know what to do back then. Excellent. Okay, now we can go to the other ones. Oh, I didn't have any luck in the shower last time, so let's try this. Turn the shower on. Nothing. And again, those of you guys who know anything about RVing, you already probably know why that is that way. I do not. All right, now back here. Straight air. I think we're done. So we've turned off the air compressor, and now I'm just gonna go back into the motorhome. Whoop. And I'm going to turn that light off because we don't need to be that way. And I'm going to turn off the generator. Okay, so now let me just kind of recap what we've done to winterize this motorhome, because it's really quite simple. We've bought the moisture rid stuff off Amazon. They come in a pack of 4. I'll put a link down in the description. We brought out the air compressor, hooked it up to the freshwater intake, and we've blown out all the lines using maximum 35 psi. Using that little adapter that I bought from Amazon. Again, I'll put the link in the description. And then we opened up all the lines, blew all the water out, so now the lines can't freeze. There's no need anymore to put antifreeze in there. And again, all this information comes from CoachNet, which is a kind of like AAA service I pay for coaches, and they give me all that information, so I trust it's reliable. I know it's dark, guys, bear with me. We blew out the shower, which really no water came out of, and we blew out the bathroom stuff. Nothing came out of the toilet. Nothing came out of that sink in there. So I think we're good to go. So now all we got to do is put this stuff back away. We've locked all the boxes, and I think we're all set for the winter, which is very depressing, by the way. It's no fun finally buying your dream motorhome, which, you know, a motorhome was our dream, and then parking it. So anyway, we'll have a ton of stuff on the adventures of this motorhome with our family, with everything we're going to do to it, all that stuff. So if you guys are not members of this channel already, which to be honest with you, you wouldn't be until you've seen this video, totally different from here going forward. So make sure you subscribe to catch up and watch all the videos. It's all going to be just about motorhoming, camping with this thing. And if you guys haven't yet, if you're Tesla owners, check out my CF Tesla channel, where we've been building for a long time. So thanks, guys. See you on the next one. So Devon and I were just about to leave, but I just realized that I hadn't drained the fresh water tank that's under the bed. So I want to make sure that anything that's in there, we can get it out so nothing gets a chance of freezing. So we're going to do that now. Again, I don't know how important all this stuff is, but I'm going to try and do this by myself. Usually I have someone hold the bed while I reach down and get it. We'll see if I don't get sandwiched. Well, I turned it. Go run around the back and see if there is any water coming out of the back of the motorhome, okay?
The back of the motorhome. No, I don't see anything. Yeah, no.
All right.
Like at the back of the motorhome, like right there.
Yeah, it just nothing was coming down.
Yeah, no, nothing was dripping.
All right, good. So it kind of turns out that, you know, the little bit that does come out in the line isn't enough to really go down in you know, out the back. But it's good to double check it anyway, you know. So, all right, well, that's it. We're gonna really end it this time.